Okay, again, this is Paul Cafferty. I'm on track number 8 of Enchanted Bluff Estates. It's late in the afternoon in November. I'm standing in the bed of my pickup truck that's on the public road, Honeysuckle Lane. A number of oak trees on this track. Has about 650, 700 feet of frontage on the bluffs. That's the paved road that it fronts on. And this track has some 100-foot sheer bluffs, some caves, some giant crevices with trees growing out of the side of the rock and out of the side of the mountain. Some very unique formations that are done by the cedar trees, reminiscent of what you'd see out in California along the Pacific coast. And we're looking basically to the south on track number 8. 3 acres. Okay, I'm going to walk down to the bluff so you can see what that looks like better. Okay, I'm standing again on track number 8, 3 acres. I'm down by the bluffs, and this has about 650 to 700 feet of bluffs. In fact, you can see that's a bluff in front of me, probably about, well, that's probably about 100 feet. It goes all the way down to where those trees are rooted. And right to my left, I don't know how well you could see this or envision it, but there's a wet weather waterfall right here that runs from far up the hill. And in wet weather, in the spring primarily, water will run down that little dry creek bed and flow over a waterfall that's between these 2 bluffs. I'll try and get a better picture of it from another angle. But it's about a 50-foot drop to where the water hits for the first time, and it's a magnificent view when the water is flowing. It's very scenic even when the water is not flowing. So I'm going to walk farther down the bluff, see what we can see. Okay, this is the view of the ledge that the dry creek bed is on, and it flows down to the end here to where there's a waterfall when it's wet weather, and drops probably about 50 feet, then runs on down, eventually going to the lake that we see out there. That's Greer's Ferry Lake. This is another view of that dry creek bed. It flows down across track 8, hits this rock ledge, spreads out, kind of like a Bridalveil Falls, and then flows down this valley and out to the lake. And that lake from where I'm standing here is probably a quarter of a mile away. Quarter of a mile away horizontally, possibly even farther than that, but it's at least a quarter of a mile away. This is an interesting solitary cedar tree on the edge of the bluff on track number 8. It's a very picturesque spot. Shows you have a lot more open land here to see the lake. There are several excellent places to build a house on track number 8. I'm standing about 5 feet behind the tree, the solitary tree, cedar tree I just showed you a minute ago. I'm at the edge of the bluff. I'm looking down so you can kind of see the depth, which is probably a good 100 feet. Straight drop from the edge of these bluffs with a lake out in front of you. And this looks over at another promontory on track 8. And there are a number of these on track 8. You can see up behind me, you have open land and some trees. Again, many places where you could build a house, have a nice yard, and a great view of the lake. Want to go further?